The Super Bowl is probably one of the most biggest and the most watched sporting events on the US calendar, where data suggests close to 100 million people tune in to watch this historic game. So on this quick video, I'm just going to share some of the key lessons that especially on the marketing end, I have learned, or key takeaways that people around the marketing area can take away from the Super Bowl, especially the halftime show. I think the first key takeaway that I can take from the entire event has to be one, product placement. With product placement, it happens in different ways, and what I noticed and what I loved was how Pepsi used a different kind of product placement, not like the one that we used to, not like the one that we are used to, where they just put out something and say buy this and stuff like that. So with them, what they did, being the owner, being the sponsors of the halftime show, they actually didn't do any ads this year. They just promoted their the halftime show. We saw with the trailers, we saw with everything surrounding the halftime show. So basically what they did, the different, like I said, the different kinds of product placement. So what they did, they immersed themselves into the conversation online and offline also. We saw them engaging with fans. We saw them with the hashtag Pepsi halftime show. We saw them engaging. We saw them retweeting. We saw them getting involved in the conversation around the halftime show. So I think from the attention that the halftime show got, I'd say people were more, or the anticipation was more on the halftime show than actually the game. So that's one of the key takeaways that I picked up from the game. And then also, two has to be influencer marketing. We've seen, and I think it's by now a huge industry, where we see brands bringing influencers, celebrities on board to do their campaigns. So as with the Super Bowl, we saw again your likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger was there, from Zeus and Heber. We saw Austin Powers for GM Motors, and then we also saw, was that Idris Elba with Booking.com, I think. So yeah, I think it's a growing trend, where brands now bring in influencer campaigns to influencers to drive their campaigns. That's one of the things that I noticed about the Super Bowl, in a way of connecting with the people. And then also the third one has to be anticipation. Back again to Pepsi and the halftime show. I think the whole video will be more focused on the halftime show. With anticipation, what we saw, I think just 3 or 4 weeks before the actual event, Pepsi put out the trailer. It got people buzzing. The hashtags were on fire, and in a way, it helped hyped up the actual event. Even though it was around the halftime show, but people were now more intrigued to watch the game, watch the halftime, see the behind the scenes access. And Pepsi came on board and delivered throughout the entire duration of the game. And I think it is one of the things that I picked up in terms of how anticipation builds an audience, how anticipation helped in terms of promoting the game itself. I believe without that hype that had accompanied the trailer for the halftime show, the numbers would have been quite less, as anticipated, because I feel people were watching the game primarily just for the halftime show, and I'm sure some of the people were just tuned in just because they wanted to see Dre, they wanted to see Snoop, they wanted to see Kendrick, Eminem, 50 Cent. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that I picked up. Always create an anticipation for a particular event, for a particular product that you want to promote. And then the third one has to be innovation. We saw different other brands not actually subscribe or pay up to do the 30 seconds ads, but actually what they did, some of them, they went on TikTok, they started challenges, and in a way it helped in terms of promoting the game also, and the entire event in its totality. And then also it brought other people from different platforms. From your TikToks, you now had people coming in to watch the game. Some brands, like I said, they just focused on TikTok in terms of doing the awareness and promoting their product. So that's one way that I saw other brands that actually didn't buy the 30 seconds one do their thing, try and promote themselves. So I think a quick note, it's the figures that we got from this year was like the 30-second clip costed around $7 million US. So others decided to take it, others decided to go the non-conventional way of your TikTok challenges and stuff like that. And then the fifth one for me, I would say it's storytelling. So with back again to the halftime show, before the actual event, Pepsi was putting out content in relation to what exactly was going to be happening during the halftime show. We saw interviews where all the artists that are going to perform being interviewed. We saw Pepsi going and partnering with other experiences or cultures that really are part of hip hop. We saw the partnership with the graffiti artist, and its roots in relation to hip hop. So those are some of the things. They were storytelling, building up anticipation towards the game. So I think that's one of the things that I believe Pepsi executed perfectly without actually having to do the. I think for me it was better than the ad, the 30 seconds that we have done in terms of what they did behind the scenes with the branding and the marketing of the halftime show. So that's some of the few key lessons that I learned from the Super Bowl. 1, product placement. 2, influencer marketing. 3, innovative ways of now getting involved. And then 4, storytelling. And then 5, anticipation.